Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
They say to truly understand someone, you must walk a mile in their shoes. Well, at Lexus, we designed the ES with you in mind every step of the way. From class-leading legroom to positioning the touchscreen 4 inches closer. Everything in the Lexus ES, a direct reflection of you. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
2022 ES versus 2021-2022 competitors. Information from manufacturers' websites as of 5/3/2021.
Oh, welcome back. Oh, it's so good to hear you singing again. And be out of the regular verse and back into the warm bosom of Mariah's world.
Yes, the bosoms are surround sound at this
point.
They are
full
Dolby
buzz.
Atmos. She goes
Right
full buzz.
Full buzzer. This is Fab Buzzer. That is Posh Buzzer.
Yes.
And this is me. I am a memoir, the meaning of Mariah Carey, the memoir that we've stopped reading some time ago.
Well, we finished it. We didn't just decide to stop. I'm done with this.
We could read it again from the beginning.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
But we have decided to move on to other Mariah pastures, as well as our rather deranged forays into the regular verse. Help me. Please don't make me go back.
They're only deranged because now we're starting to enjoy it.
I know, that was not expected. I did not expect to not really enjoy some Mariah-ness.
The films?
But I feel like a regular person had infected her film output. And then to actually enjoy a regular album. I mean, like, not all of it. Just some of it.
No, that's fair.
But some of it I really did enjoy. Feel
kind of dirty. Yeah.
So sorry, Lamely, for betraying you with her regular HRH, her regular horribleness. But anyway,
I do wonder if any of the listeners have come on this journey and are secretly like, I love this, but they don't want to say. Like, no, shh, it's like underground.
We know she can't sing, but the song is still
so
good.
Fun.
The song's fun. If only Mariah sang it, and it would be a quadrillion times better.
It would be great big number one.
Yeah, great big fat number one.
Yeah. You'd get a shirt, it'd be a whole thing.
Steaming number 222s, as some of them were. Anyway, we have a fun episode of Mariah-ness today. We're going to be watching more Mariah acting.
Yes.
Like we haven't seen enough over the last few episodes. But we won't be watching a whole movie.
No, she's not in charge of these ones.
No, she's not the boss of these ones. But before we get into any of that, there are some big movements happening in Mariah's world. The Lamely are shook by some, some music that has escaped into the world. And I'm sure we'll find out about it in the Me moments.
Me moments. Oh, it's so nice to be back in the Me moments. And I mean, you were talking about a movement, and I was thinking, yes, this is the album with the big number 2, so it makes sense.
The big number 1 during a big number 2 for Gloria Esther Carey.
Yes. So it is MCMB30 exclamation point, which means Mariah Carey Music Box 30, which means 30 minutes ago Mariah released Music Box.
I feel very old because I remember where I was when that album
came out.
And the 4 million times I listened to it. It was a formative period of my life. All of my friends were really into Triple J, and I was really into just Music Box and nothing else.
That's me now when I try to branch out. It's like, I'm really loving that new song, "Would I Lie to You" by Charles and Eddie. Like, it came on in the car the other day. I was like, "Ooh, this is great! I like this one."
Are you listening to Snooze FM?
I was in an Uber. I was with the driver, darling.
Darling.
And they just pressed play on their little jukebox. But yes, of course,
in-car jukebox.
Yes, they put it in cars now. I haven't seen that. I just take my music box everywhere. It's just I just wind it up and it plays Mariah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh my God. I keep trying to not sing a song that we won't be covering until the next episode.
Right.
But it's in your head and it keeps coming into my
that
head.
one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I put that in there.
Yeah. So, yes, music box is
sorry,
30...
Poshy. I'm sorry, Poshy.
Isn't it Posh Buzz? I don't know anymore. We're already off the rails. Oh my God.
Have you heard this podcast? There are no rails.
There's no rails. None rails. But it has been 30 minutes, of course, since Music Box, and Mariah is celebrating with a special anniversary re-release.
4 hours.
Can you believe it? So,
oh my God.
I haven't actually, because, things were split up between the CDs and the vinyls and stuff. But
yeah, I know.
Going by the CDs, the first disc boasts the original album with all of the
whole
hits,
original. Yes.
Including Everything Fades Away, which has been reinstated all across the world.
It's the way I know it.
Yes.
And I'm glad the rest of the world can now experience it in the same way.
I mean, imagine not.
Right there, fade away.
Puppy. So disc 2 features some remixes and extended versions, as well as a couple of little tracks that we haven't covered yet, but will momentarily. And disc 3 is a live recording of Mariah's iconic show at Proctor's Theatre in 1993. Mm-hmm. It seemed to me that maybe we were getting a visual release. Had that already been released?
I mean, it's on that was the NBC special that year.
Right. Was it the first vision or was that a different?
No, that wasn't. The first vision was different. Okay. This was the Mariah, it was released here, I think, just as Mariah Carey.
Right.
With the purple spine.
Lovely.
You know the concert that the hero.
Oh, I knew that. I just when it first came up, I thought we were getting a DVD of it.
Yeah, I thought so
then
too.
It was just the sound. I put it in. It just made noise.
But look, I got to say, from someone who actually recorded that concert from a VHS, it's nice to have it in crisp, clear sound now instead of the blurriness that I used to listen to it on. Because I watched that video a lot.
I can imagine.
A bit worn out.
Yeah. I think you've worn out a few videos, actually.
Some nature documentaries.
Oh, my God.
They got a bit of a going over.
No. Stop watching the animals doing it. That's just weird.
The human life cycle. It's very interesting.
So we do have 2 tracks that we have not touched on in some way, shape or form.
Oh.
So we have firstly a little Workin' Hard.
Which I just screamed at someone. There's this cafe I go to where recently they've just been playing Endless Kylie and occasionally some Mariah.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the Tension video clip. And
which I have no idea what any of that means, but great.
And then I said, oh, my God, you've got to get on the internet. There's a new Mariah CNC Music Factory song. He's like, what? I went, I know.
Can you believe?
Like, some of them are dead.
That's how you break it to everyone?
I didn't even know he was sick.
Oh, my God. Well, that's what I found out about Charles and Eddie. So,
are they no longer with us either?
I think one isn't. That might not even be their name. I'm forgetting it as I'm saying it. I think it was something like that. But it was like...
I was living in the UK when that came
out. Oh, really? It was like Mel and Kim when I discovered one ain't with us.
Yeah.
Like from a long
you're probably
time
not
ago.
born when she died.
No, I don't think so.
I remember that. That was a big deal.
Was it?
Yes.
Poor Mel or Kim.
It was, I think,
it was?
Yeah. It was Corpse and Kim after a while.
Oh, dang! Oh, my God. Did one of them, Milli Vanilli, are they gone too?
Their careers went before either of them.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering if we could
the singing Milli Vanilli or the dancing
the
Milli
dancing
Vanilli.
Milli Vanilli. But I'm wondering if we can get like a little super group together.
A super
Like
group.
one of them and one
no
of
longer
them.
with us. And Aaron Carter can be the lead.
No! I meant the ones who are still alive. Oh my God.
Oh, I thought it was a Pearly Gates band.
No. I just feel bad for the ones that are still here. I mean, I feel bad for the ones that are gone too. But the ones who are still here probably can't do anything.
They're survivors. They'll never give up.
Oh my God. What is happening? Now, I didn't look into, as I'm reading my notes, any of who wrote these songs. But someone did, because they exist. So what did you think of the Working Hard?
Working Hard. I adored it. I was like,
oh, really?
Why wasn't this on the album? This would have balanced out all of the ballads.
That is one of the things I did say. I was like I wrote, it's very poppy. I'm surprised they didn't force her to release it because it's very poppy. But yeah, I was a little bit like, why didn't they put it on? Because of all the ballads. But then I suppose it was a tiny bit more emotions and debut sounding.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they didn't go there.
Yeah.
And there was, of course, the Terry Hunter remix as well, which livened things up a bit towards the end.
That is some fun stuff.
Yeah. So I smushed them together. I was like, they're all one song now. Just go from the original into the Terry Hunter remix. But yeah, it definitely felt like it could have been on that album. And
well, I mean, look, they only fit Everything Fades Away here.
True.
And Do You Think of Me, also another of my favorite songs, didn't make it onto the album. So she was spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
I could have done without that baby face thing, though.
Poor baby
I mean, I
face.
do still love Never Forget You, but there was a lot of balladry.
I mean, that's the song that I always ironically forget. We know this.
Yes. Yeah.
So I thought it was fun. I'm not going to rush back to it, but it's a fun addition. Sometimes when these kind of tracks come out, you're like, why'd you bother?
Yeah.
But in this case, I was like, oh no, that's fun. Like, I feel like people are going to enjoy this.
Also, because it's like on the bonus disc with a couple of tracks from Rarities that were recorded at the same time, they all kind of feel like, oh yeah,
yes,
this could have been a 2 CD set, easily.
And that's why with both of these, I was like, I wonder why they didn't make the Rarities. Maybe they just hadn't found them yet.
Yeah, I get the impression she only just found it in the bin.
Yeah, she just like swept something. Went, hang on, is that one of my songs? Is that a hit?
Yeah. And I always think, like, did she go back and re-record her vocals? But then hearing the end of Here We Go Again, where she's like, that was a bit iffy at the end. You're like, yep, you're fine.
Yeah.
You haven't done anything to this. You could have. You could have fixed it.
Nah, it's fine. Yeah.
She just loves the purity of the original record.
Exactly. She doesn't want to do any auto-tuning like some other people.
Or get Brandy in to sing some background vocals and then sing over the top of them.
I reckon Brandy's probably still locked in that little cupboard. What do you reckon?
In the butterfly lounge.
Yeah. Mariah's moved out of there. So I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I had a full band and Brandy. Where did I
put the Brandy over, and then I'll have a little splash of Brandy and I'll feel better.
And no, Black Irish. I don't drink brandy.
That's true. And that's how it'll get
that Dalola out of my house.
Oh my God. Do you reckon
put that in here?
Put that in here. You know how famous people send each other boxes of their stuff? Like how Mariah sent her book to people? I wonder if old Jen is sending Dalola out to Mariah.
Oh, she'd be sending Dalola out left, right, and centre.
So what score would you give Working Hard from 1 to infinity?
Look, it's not quite an infinity.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a 4 and a bit.
Yeah, I've gone for a 4.
Yeah.
So I feel like, good. Same page. We're all in agreement. And what about My Prayer, which I also didn't look up, but I do know was made famous by the Platters. Actually, I did look at this one up. I just didn't write the actual writers down. Was made famous by the Platters, which I do have a Platters not V Mariah, but a Platters crossing over with Mariah story.
Oh.
Which takes me back to when I was about 6, 7 years old.
Right.
And I've told the story before, how we got our CD player. We were like the first people on the street to have a CD player. And the first CD we got was Daydreamer.
The Dream.
Along with Gloria Esther Carey's Hold Me Through Me, Kiss Me.
Oh, the album of many covers.
Yes. But there was a weird sort of backstory to getting that CD player. It was for my mum's 40th. And we knew about it because when Dad took us to get the Mariah CD, he was like, well, my present is the CD and you kids' present, his was the player and ours was the CDs.
Yes.
So we got the CDs. But the CD player did not arrive. It went to... Because I grew up in a town called Grantville in Victoria, and it went to Granville in New South Wales, where that little old train thing happened.
Yeah.
So someone there almost got a CD player, but then we fixed it and got it back. So in the meantime, we couldn't play our precious Mariah CDs.
No.
But my grandparents also knew about the CD player and got Mum a couple of CDs, and I believe one was The Seekers and one was The Platters.
Oh, yeah. My dad had a Platters album.
And I'm like,
vinyl.
What is all of this? This isn't Mariah Carey.
This isn't 12th of Never? Was that a
Sure.
Platters?
I don't think it ever got played.
I know. I used to know all those Platters songs.
Oh, really? I don't know what happened to it. I think it slipped down the crack at the back of the stereo or something, and never got
Someone
played.
was using it as a coaster.
Yeah, it was like one, I think right towards when my parents were about to separate, Dad got Mama Reba CD, and I think that was the nail in that coffin. His mum was like,
Reba!
Maybe fancy. And that's, and the rest is skip. Put Mariah back on, we all said. So, anyway, that's probably a really boring story, but it just reminded me of that era.
I love Platters.
Platter of platters.
Platter of platters. The Platters platter.
But it just, I thought, all of the things always come back to Mariah.
Everything's back to Mariah.
That's what happens.
Eventually.
But, of course, it was made famous by then, but it was originally written in 1926 and then updated in 1939 to the version with these lyrics. And I actually kind of enjoyed this. It felt like a more relaxed Forever. Like that vibe, but chilling out a bit.
It still had a bit too much Snuffleupagus Plinky Plonky
Totally.
about it, but I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I enjoyed for the
And I
most
feel like
part.
the Plinky Plonk belongs on this kind of song. I think we agreed that Forever maybe didn't need so much of the schmaltzy waltzy.
No.
But this kind of makes sense. I thought it was sort of a straightforward, standard kind of song. And the vocals
But
nice.
I mean, this album's already got a cover on it. We don't need another one.
That's true. And it's one of the best covers ever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why...
a single. It was a number one in
true.
Australia.
Yeah.
You know, it had the video clip that was live. That mean we could all go, oh, that is unmistakably her. She can sing.
Just the best vocal. But that's kind of why I like that this vocal wasn't overdone. It was actually kind of reserved, kind of chill. Like she's like, I've already got the other one in the can. Like this is just a nice to have.
Yeah.
And now that we have it, we think it's nice. That's how that works. So I've actually gone for a little bit higher on this one. I've gone for a 4.5.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. How did you feel?
Well, you know I love a Mariah cover. You know, I think they're the best things that ever happened. But this is not at the top of my list.
Oh, my God.
Again, it's eclipsed by Without You on this album. So it's... And also, you know, even if this was... We were redoing the Rarities album, like Out Here on My Own is spectacular as far as covers go. And this is just... It's nice. But
you have been spending way too much time in that regular verse with your puppies.
But she's not, you know, her voice is great. It's a nice rendition, but it's, you know, there's not enough grandstanding. There's a little too much Afanasy of Plinky Plonk. Yeah. So it's, for me, it's again the same. It's a 4.
Okay, that's respect. I can't believe I've given it a higher score. What is it?
You've gone higher. And it's a ballad. I like the upbeat one.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, that again, there were so many ballads in that era that you've probably had enough. Leave me alone. Not another ballad.
I don't need more.
We need the My Prayer Disco Festive remix. Please, do us a favour. So to coincide with this little MB 30 plus whatever anniversary, we got a little behind the scenes mini doco for Dream Lover.
We did.
So Mariah talks about how she didn't used to smile, but now she does.
She does a lot.
We get some fun behind the scenes moments with some heavy focus on stretched choreography. Choreographing the iconic hip hop line dancing.
Yeah.
So now we know who to blame. We even get a little bit of cause chat in the middle of a Mariah doco when we see Basha Zamorska, who was Mariah's stylist at the time. And of course, I brought up, I think a couple months ago, was also the stylist for the cause. So I was like, Mariah is giving in this mini doco. She's like, I'm going to give them some cause chat and everything.
Cause chat. But she doesn't mention the brother.
No, who does?
Because that's not real. That's not real cause chat.
No, I don't think the sisters mentioned the brother at this point.
He's on the shit list.
Yeah, he's with Snuffleupagus somewhere. In a prison full of butter knives. Then it's like, don't move. And of course, we know all about Mariah driving the hot air balloon, which of course famously would make a cameo later in the Almost Home video. She just kind of jumped out of it and let it go. And we find out that it was Mariah's idea to have the shirtless men in the video, which gives us kind of the birth of Thirsty Raya. Like,
I love Thirsty Raya.
She was like, she was talking about being up in Sing Sing. It's like everything was upstate at this time.
So they filmed this video upstate.
Yeah, that's why she mentioned it. She's like, everything was there. It was a prison. But I made do with some shirtless men, she said. So just like a nice little bonus. And I feel like we might get some more as well. So stay tuned.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Expressing your love can look many different ways. And with the right jewelry gift from Blue Nile, it can truly sparkle. Blue Nile's collection of classic diamond jewelry makes for the kind of gift that speaks volumes without saying a single word. Or switch things up with a sapphire piece sure to spark conversation. Either way, Blue Nile's Diamond Guarantee ensures you get the highest quality at the best price. Express yourself with Blue Nile, the original online jeweler, at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
So I would like to see an entire documentary about the hair straightener used for the cover of
I think we all would. I wonder if that was Basha.
That was some intensely straight hair.
It was.
And she had not
fringe,
had that. She'd been curly
fringe.
Raya right before that, and then all of a sudden, it was ironed.
I love that I knew exactly what you're talking about. All right, which means we should actually get into the episode.
Yes.
Halfway through. Bring me on down.
All right, it is time to break it on down. We're going to watch Mariah on television. She's doing some acting.
Yep.
Most of it you can find on Disney Plus or various other places on
YouTube,
the internet.
where I got it.
But I believe we're starting with The Proud Family.
We are. I didn't watch on Disney Plus because I didn't want to have a bunch of TV series that I'm never going to watch on my
on your algorithm saying next episode.
Yeah. Like,
this is an episode 22 in season 2, Monkey Business.
Yes. Little third season premiere, if you don't hardly mind. So with some of these, I've done a full poshnopsis. With some, I've just done bitsy. But we get a full poshnopsis of The Proud Family.
For The Proud
ready.
Family.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm strapped in.
Yeah.
Because it was it was some hectic business.
Some stuff going on.
This episode. Yeah.
Now, I have not reread this since I wrote it, which is on brand.
So it could possibly be problematic.
Probably, not possibly. So we meet Mr. Proud, who appears to run some kind of snack business that employs children and monkeys.
Yes.
One of those kids is Susie from Rugrats. Not really, but it's the same voice artist, so I'll call her Susie. I looked it up. I was like, that sounds like Susie. I've got to check.
And was it?
It was. There was 2 Susies. The original one, I think, was by the same... This is where it gets a bit confusing. I think Chucky or maybe it was Tommy. No, it was Tommy. Was played by an actress who was actually on Friends. And she originally played Susie, but then I think they realised she's white, so they stopped that. They were like, we're going to get someone else in. Right. And this was the second actor who played Susie, which makes it less problematic. Now,
I don't know if you know this, but in Moulin 2, Electric Boogaloo,
it's the sequel to Moulin Rouge.
A white person plays Eddie Murphy's character, who's meant to be Chinese, so it's a whole nest of weirdness.
I'm having a sidebar. I'm having a breakdown about the fact that they fired half the cast of Chicken Run for Chicken Run 2 because they sound old.
Well, they are old.
I know, but wouldn't the chickens be 20 years older as well? You know? But I just thought, like, you get the ageism for how people look, but it's like, really? They're chickens. I understand not getting Mel Gibson back. Okay. But Safi from Ab Fab did not deserve
maybe that
this.
was the thing. Maybe they've gone, we're not getting Mel back. Let's just get none of them back.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, and they'll sound nothing. And it's really distracting in the trailer anyway.
This is a thing because I listen to a lot of audio Doctor Who, and they have the old Doctor Who's from the 70s and 80s, the ones who are still with us, barely. And Peter Davison, who was the fifth Doctor, sounds nothing like he did when he was on television. Like, he's got a much gravelier voice now.
The Lucille Ball effect.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh yeah. We'll just go with it. Yeah. We'll just believe that he's still 30. Yeah. Even though he's clearly got, 30-year-olds of his own who are married to other Doctor Who's.
Yeah.
Confusing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Anyway.
All right. So, Mr. Proud doesn't love labour laws, so he decides to incapacitate his monkey by dropping hundreds of snack boxes onto him. Sadly, not the kind of snack box that you get from KFC. I do love me some popcorn chicken. That's what I wrote. Now, we have the opening credits, which are sung by Solange Feet Destiny's Child.
Oh, is it Solange? I know it sounds like DC.
Right? So they're doing the BVs. And Solange at the front. And I said, it seems even Solange didn't want to allow Beyonce in there too much. Not when there was a recorder within arm's reach.
Toot, 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 toot. I'm joining, sis.
Yeah.
Toot,
I think
toot,
Solange
toot.
was like, Mariah's going to be on this show. She's been through enough. Like, doesn't need more bloody recorder from Beyonce. Now we're in a vet and we meet a bunch of characters, mainly Dejanay, who I love. But
Dejanay is amazing.
So good. But there's no time to enjoy her eating dog treats because Mariah's here.
Mariah!
And she needs a doctor right away because her monkey, Francois, is desperately ill.
I know. Poor Francois.
I know. Dejanay gets excited because she thinks Mariah is Oprah. But thankfully, Susie, who I think is a different Susie from before, but again, the same voice actor, she's like, no, that's Mariah Carey. Everyone correctly gets very excited and asks for autographs as Fantasy plays over the loudspeaker. It just keeps popping up.
Is it the real Fantasy? It sounds like a stock music.
No, I think it's the original sample.
Right.
Yeah. They were like, we won't get Fantasy because then we have to play two lots of...
It just sounded like a weird kind of like... Not quite fantasy, but almost fantasy.
I mean, again, you might have listened on Disney, which could be different to my YouTube version.
Maybe.
So the vet comes out, and she's Mrs. Proud, so I'm putting this all together. But she hides this fact when it turns out that Mariah's monkey's upset tummy was caused by eating too many Proud snacks.
Yes.
Tabasco, a.k.a. Susie 2, keeps charging kids to meet Mariah Carey at the vet. And Dejanay is thirsty as fuck. She's like, I need to get me some of all this. And we also get a trio of singers who sing everything that one of the kids says. And
aren't they like in a Mexican?
I couldn't think of the name of them. Like a trio. But either way, this particular character who hired them wants to marry Mariah, which is very understandable and admirable. Yeah. So Mr. Proud shows up with his hurt monkey and bursts in on Mariah, asking her to sign his heart and accidentally swapping their monkeys. Could have seen that coming. Mr. Proud is very eager to cheat on his wife and Mariah is flattered, but also never going to happen. I don't know what the show's like the rest of the time, but I kept thinking, is he constantly cheating on his wife? Like, is this a thing that happens? I don't know. I'm concerned about the Proud family.
Yeah.
Mariah.
Difficult.
A little bit. Then Mariah exits out the back with the Proud Monkey, thinking it's her monkey.
The Proud Monkey.
The Proud Monkey. And then Mr. Proud then takes Mariah's monkey home, thinking it's his monkey. See?
Yes.
See, guys, what can happen if you don't... Whatever this is. So Mr. Proud has Mariah's monkey prepare all of their food, including a moment where he gets his face burned off, but it tastes delicious. He's like, yum. While at Mariah's penthouse, Proud Monkey is dressed in silk monogrammed pajamas, of course.
Of course.
And Mariah, I'm getting lost. Mariah retires. That's a really hard to... Mariah retires for the evening.
For the evening.
Proud Monkey gets...
Retire.
No,
like
just for the evening.
Got a gig to go to.
Yeah. So Proud Monkey gets to enjoy cookies and milk, as well as a weird massage that I don't want to think about.
Yeah, what was going on with the monkey massage?
Yeah.
The monkey masseuse.
Even that sentence is not.
Monkey masseuse.
Like,
Mariah does kiss the monkey on the lips.
that's true.
Before bed,
Yeah.
which causes the monkey to fall on the floor.
Yes, I forgot about that. There's so much going on.
There was so much going on.
So Mr. Proud discovered that Mariah's monkey is an amazing piano player, even though he thinks it's his monkey. And then we get a montage of him playing for tips, though I'm not sure if it's real or a sweet, sweet fantasy. Either way, it's quite bonkers. Like the whole segment. I'm like,
It's
is this a
and it's a long bit.
It's a long...
And it goes for ages.
So at first I'm like, oh, he's having a little fantasy. But then I'm
Yeah,
like, maybe
no.
this is really happening. And then we never really know. But then...
doesn't he end up in jail?
He does. Mr. Proud gets
of it?
arrested because they're like busking, I think. But then he gets bailed out by a basketball player who apparently got him off death row. This is...
And is too tall to fit in the screen.
Yes. Happens to me
Which is
all
a
the
funny
time.
joke in and of itself.
yeah.
I try and enjoy it.
So now, thankfully, we're out, and the piano-playing Mariah monkey, which that's quite a mouthful, has a show lined up with Mariah, and Mr. Proud has become an egomaniac. He's like,
Yeah.
I am all about the Benjamins. So Mariah Monkey then spots Mariah with the monkey that she thinks is him.
Yes.
We're following. So they get into a scuffle in the cleaning cupboard and set things straight. It's like, no, I'm Mariah's monkey, not you. And Mariah reunites with the Mariah monkey, and there is a genuinely unflattering animated moment, which I'm surprised Mariah approved of.
Yeah.
There was an angle I was like, I don't think Mariah signed off on that angle.
No.
No.
She's facing the wrong way.
Yeah. I know, it was the wrong side of her face. I don't know what happened there. Mariah is horrified by her monkey's shaggy hair, which makes sense because she's got 500 hours of beauty school.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mr. Proud throws his monkey, who cannot play piano, onto the stage, and basically everything falls apart. And he's like, it all goes through his head, this whole thing.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Proud Monkey is made to sweep floors, which is very sad for Proud Monkey. But then he spots Mariah on TV in a classic beach music video. She's like, that animated video, I don't have a budget for it, so just put me on the beach looking brilliant.
I think that's, she's obviously made, it's like the second or third song from the album.
That makes sense. And as she has done many times before, she reaches through the telly and is last seen with Proud Monkey speedboating off into the sunset. The end.
The end.
Ooh.
Monkey business.
Business. And I mean, I would like Mariah to reach through the TV and grab me to run away and go full buzz.
Full buzz.
Full buzz on a deserted island with Mariah. Like, sign me up.
Full buzz.
That should be the holidays they give away in Australia's Funniest Home Video Show. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, full buzz.
All right.
So full buzz holiday.
A full buzz holiday. Sponsored by JVC. Makes sense.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the Proud Monkey business?
It's confusing.
There's a lot going on.
It's very stupid.
Yeah.
It's very hectic animation.
Yes. Hectic
which I
inside
kind of
and out.
enjoyed. It was just like, it was no, it was just kind of crazy animation. I was like, oh yeah, this is fine. And Mariah barely did anything. Even animated, she barely moved.
That's
and I
true.
thought that was on brand.
Yeah. I'm now feeling like we should get Mariah in all the classic cartoons like Scooby-Doo. Like, Mariah needs to show up in a Scooby-Doo.
Well, remember when Scooby-Doo used to go out on a mission with people?
Yes,
Like he would
with
join
Mariah.
up with Sonny and Cher.
Oh, yeah.
And with Batman. And yeah.
Or even like the what are they called? Like the live action ones with the Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes.
Like Mariah could have been the ghost at the end and be like, "Hi, I'm Mariah. Like it's me."
Yeah.
All
It was
along."
Mariah Carey all along.
Yes. And like the crime is just someone who's singing really beautiful songs. Like who keeps
Is it
singing
a
great
crime
covers?
to be talented?
Oh my god, that would be amazing. All right. So speaking of animation, we have
Yes.
a few little American Dad cameos. Now, the thing here, I watched the episodes and she's not all over them.
No.
So we're just going to touch on these ones.
Yes.
So of course, American Dad, animated sitcom by Seth MacFarlane, started airing in 2005 and he's still going.
It's still going.
I did not realize this because I get there's Family Guy, which is also Seth, and then there's this. It's a whole thing. So starting with season 8, episode 11, Max Jets, where Mariah plays Gina's replacement waitress with only 2 lines. She basically just takes an order and then leaves.
Yeah.
But I got to watch the whole episode, just for that little moment. And then guess what? That just kept happening. So her next appearance was season 8, episode 15, The Missing Kink, If You Don't Hardly Mind,
Matron.
where Mariah's character delivers, well, her actual name is Prairie Dog Delivery Woman. And that's what she does.
She does.
Then in season 9, episode 5, Kung Lao Turkey, Mariah plays Laura, a tailgating Cowboys fan, just doing some barbecuing.
Yeah. Because tailgating's that weird thing they do in the car park, isn't it? It's like,
The American football games or something. And so there's a character doing some problematic cosplay, and he makes friends, and it's about Thanksgiving, and it's just a whole thing.
Yeah. It's very strange.
But she does get like 3 lines in that one.
She's got a meatier character.
Yeah.
in this. And she's playing someone much older.
Yes, very regular with that hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
With regular hair.
And then we also get not a cameo, but a Mariah mention in season 15, episode 5, Into the Woods, where the character Roger, much like Fab, Roger, much like Fab, feels a cold coming on.
Yes.
So he gets 36 humidifiers from a Mariah Carey estate sale,
Yeah.
which feels very on brand. I'm wondering who Mariah's friends with.
Oh, she's
At
friends
American
with someone
Dad.
over there.
Yeah, because they're like, we've just got 2 lines. We'll get Mariah in.
Yeah,
And
Mariah can do this.
We're
She's
gonna,
fun.
We're going to make a joke about a cold. Mariah has humidifiers. I think she'd enjoy this. We'll tell her. We'll have a screening party at her house. So that pretty much covers all of Mariah's animation career. We do have a couple of...
televisual animation.
Yes, that's true.
There's some other animation.
Yes, which we will get to, don't you worry.
Yes.
But we've still got a couple of things in the TV world, which I think we'll save till next week, and they are the hour-long dramedies, kind of Empire and Ally McBeal. Empire McBeal, if you don't hardly mind.
Empire McBeal.
Yeah.
So Ally McBeal, an episode of Ally McBeal and an episode of Empire, both of which are on the Disney Plus app, if you've got that in Australia. I think it's different in America. I think some of them are on Hulu or something. I don't know. Anyway, in Australia, it's all on Disney Plus. Well, I guess we better head home.
At the end of the podcast, baby. Almost there, almost home. You could probably say, but you won't because of copyright. That's a no.
We are almost home. So are you making anything happen at the moment?
I have been making all sorts of things happen and then forgetting to tell anyone about them. So I think I have a song out.
A new song, an old
Dates,
song, a
it's
remix song?
So funnily enough, sort of by popular demand, I did a little cover of Where the Wild Roses Grow a few months ago, which I think I touched
amazing.
on.
Yes,
and I
you
put
did
that out.
mention it.
And then in between, I sort of wrapped up my little album cycle for the first album. And whilst working on the second, I was like, it was just fun to have a little sing. So I've got another little cover out, and there might be a few covers coming soon.
Oh my God, she thinks she's glorious.
I do think I'm great as Gary.
Is it called Hold Me, Fill Me?
Yes. Fist me? Yes. It's just called Triple DP. So there is currently, and this is kind of bonkers, but you know my little sort of music mission where I've been listening to people's discographies?
Yes.
I found a song that I really liked, But it was why I went by One Direction. Don't judge me.
Although they've got some great songs.
It was really good. It was very Fleetwood Mac, and I thought, you know what? I wanted something unexpected.
So
I put out.
They had the best songwriters in the world working on those.
That is true.
That is, yeah.
So I put out a little cover of a song called What a Feeling, which is quite different to their version. And so that's out.
And very different to Irene Cara's version.
Very different, unfortunately. I should have just done that. And yeah, there'll be a few more to come. So there are no dates set yet, but watch this space. What about you?
I am doing nothing.
Wonderful. You did it. You did your first comedy gig in 55 years.
I do one every year. I did one for the Dear Nelly podcast, which you can, wherever you get this podcast from, you can probably also find Dear Nelly, and I'm on an episode of that, and we'll be turning up on the live episode very soon.
Ooh.
Where, although I may not turn up because everything I said was horrific, and probably chop it out.
So we'll just paste it into this episode.
Oh no, I just said it again. But also, Hard Quiz is currently on the ABC if you're in Australia, on iView, and I've just been working incessantly on that. Incessantly.
You've got to add that after you say incessantly.
Yep. But yes, that's all I'm making happen. So next week, we will be watching Mariah do acting.
Small
A acting, because it's on television. It's not big capital A acting from the cinema. It's very small A acting on the television. So if you want to have a watch Empire and Ally McBeal on the Disney Plus, Disney Plus, as they call it in France. They probably don't.
I really hope not.
Bye, Emily.
Bye.